What's up, Spartans? Welcome to this week's episode of Spartan Sports. I'm your host, Nate Miller. This week, we'll recap Spartan Sports and upcoming games and events. And I also talked to football captain Lincoln Cooley and Coach Ryan. To start your weekly recap, soccer won the first game of the regional, beating Freeport by a score of 4-0. Volleyball went 0-2 on the week, losing 2 conference games. Tennis is still competing at state, so we'll update you on the finish there next week. And lastly, Brianna Shamoon got 47th in state for girls golf. Last week, our football team destroyed LaSalle, Peru, winning 28-0. Volleyball opens their playoffs in Rochelle next week. Soccer is at home tomorrow for the regional championship. And lastly, next week, football will open up their playoffs at home. This week, Lincoln Cooley and Coach Ryan answered some questions for me about the end of their season and their important game versus Morris tonight. Morris will be coming into town with lots of people, so we have to get loud. Let's see what Lincoln and Coach Ryan had to say.
As the leaves start to fall around Sycamore and Pumpkin Fest is right around the corner, this normally means one thing for our school to look forward to: football playoffs. Almost every year, you can be sure that Coach Ryan will have a good squad rolling into November. Last year, we came up just short of the state championship, and with expectations running high this year and our team exceeding them, Lincoln Cooley answered a few questions for me on how he feels going into the playoffs.
In previous years, we've come close to being in the state finals, but we're hopefully going to reach our goal this year. We've got a pretty good team. High hopes. I really like playing with my team. We have really good chemistry. We all really work together good and have a good time on the field. That makes it a lot better.
When I had the chance to talk to Coach Ryan earlier in the season, he told me the team really, in a way, just needs to stay grounded and humble, and they have done that for sure. When I recently talked to him off air, he said the same goes for playoffs, and that he has veteran guys who can lead by example during these high-stakes games.
As we kind of go into the conference schedule, we start to face some harder opponents. How are you just going to keep the team grounded and do well as the season progresses?
Well, I think our guys understand what good is, so they'll stay grounded. They know when they watch film, some really good football teams are ahead, and we strive each week to get better. Whether we're playing it doesn't matter what opponents we're playing for, so playing against. So as long as we continue to get better, we'll be in good shape.
All right, thanks, Coach.
And if there's one thing Cooley emphasized, it's the fact that our town and our student body showing up and being loud really does make a difference in the game.
Really fun seeing all of our teachers and friends and family out there. Miss Olson cheering us on in the stands. Sycamore's a really big, small town football fan club, you know what I'm saying? So it's really good to have everyone out there. It's a big game, having everyone out at the old Ike field out there really gives us a lot of motivation. It's a good atmosphere, and
Cooley is right on the fact that everyone should come out to the game on Friday and future playoff games. Even if you haven't been to a game this year, you don't want to miss school history by watching arguably the best team in our school's history. Looking back at great teams, you have last year's team, the 2013 team with future NFL players in the Neiman brothers, and the 2016 team also came up just short, and even back to the legendary coach Pete Johnson's era. But debatably, none of these teams top this year's team. Will this be the year we finally do it and break into the championship game for the first time? Well, the road starts on Friday with a tough game at home, with Morris coming into the town with a conference title on the line, and much more. Don't miss out on watching history by not going. I'm Nate Miller, back to the studio.
Thanks, Lincoln and Coach Ryan, for talking to me. Spartans, like I said, we really need to get out and show our school pride tonight and for our future playoffs. My score prediction tonight is a 24-14 Spartans win. I'm Nate Miller, and I'll see you next week when we cover the football playoffs. Go Spartans!